We recently advised you of a safety recall that involves your new 2023 Toyota bZ4X and continue to ask that you not allow the vehicle to be driven at all until a remedy is available. We are working diligently on a remedy and will notify you in the future when it becomes available. If you do not wish to proceed with your ownership of your Toyota EV, Toyota will offer to repurchase your vehicle. This is the story of how Toyota completely botched its first ever electric car. Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking, and as you know, here on this channel I am very harsh but fair. And fair here is to point out that owners of Toyota's first electric car ever made, for one, were disappointed with its abysmal range for the price, its slow charging speed, and now the fact they haven't been able to drive them for weeks. Because why? Because the wheels are falling off, and Toyota still doesn't know why. Yep, true story. Toyota has sent, in 1996, General Motors began making one of the most revolutionary vehicles in the history of the automotive industry, the EV1. The EV1 used a three-phase alternating current induction motor. It had 102 kilowatt and 149 newton meters of torque, but more importantly, it was one of the first electric vehicles made in modern history. Early vehicles came with an anemic and, well, to be honest, terrible 16.5 to 18.7 kilowatt hour lead acid battery, giving the car an anemic range of 89 kilometers. But GM upped the ante when they put in a proper battery pack, a 26.4 kilowatt hour nickel metal hydride battery, which significantly increased range to 170 kilometers. Yet pretty poor by today's standards, but back then, that was pretty good. Customer reaction to the EV1 was overwhelmingly positive. Owners loved their cars. Even though they weren't that good, for some reason, owners really liked them. However, by 2002, 1,117 EV1s had been produced by General Motors, though production actually officially ended in 1999, when GM shut down their electric vehicle production line. On the 7th of February 2002, 3 years after production had ended, GM announced it would be forcibly removing all cars from the road, contradicting an earlier statement from the company that it would not, in fact, take cars from customers. By the end of 2004, no EV1s remained on the road. All of them were forcibly bought back by General Motors, leading to the death of the EV1, and to many customers being extremely disappointed that their EV1s were forcibly removed from them. Fast forward to 2020, and Toyota then said that electric cars were not popular, would not be within 5 years, and were not the future of the automotive industry. In fact, they then went on a campaign to try to convince school children in Japan that electric cars were bad for the environment. True story. They also lobbied the United States government to try to prevent the popularity of electric cars in America. They've done the same thing in many other countries. Finally, in 2022, Toyota decided it had changed its mind, and it released the new bZ4X. After being on sale for only a few months, it has now become subject to a very serious recall. Toyota has sent this letter that I just shared with you, telling owners not to drive the car at all and outlining the current situation as it stands. Toyota has recalled the bZ4X electric SUV for fear that its wheels will fall off. Seriously, I don't remember this happening in the history of the modern automotive industry. An automaker considered the greatest automaker in the world, in particular in Toyota, Apparently, their manufacturing prowess is so good, they lead the industry in this area. And yet, buyers of this car cannot drive it because Toyota really fears the wheels will fall off and doesn't know how to fix the problem. Frankly, to me, this is almost unbelievable. Toyota said, if you continue to drive, abnormal noise will be generated, and in the worst case, the tyres may fall off. Now, Toyota admits it doesn't yet have a fix in place for the vehicle. While it may be a major inconvenience for new Toyota bZ4X owners to park their vehicles indefinitely, I assume it would be, Toyota is going to great lengths, apparently, to help its customers. Toyota is offering several remedies to help customers amid this frustrating situation. They continue to provide free loaner cars and pay for fuel while the customer's bZ4X is in storage. However, they've also notified owners now on a couple of occasions that they are more than happy to buy your vehicle back from you. And this is where Toyota is reminding me of General Motors and the EV1. Will they do the same? Will they end up forcibly removing these vehicles from the roads? Only time can tell. Now, why do I think that may happen? Well, the reality is now this happened 2 months ago. And after 2 months, Toyota still doesn't know how to keep its wheels on its electric cars. It still hasn't identified how to actually fix the problem. So the question I have, surely there's some engineers out there in our audience, I know there are. Toyota has years of automotive experience. How can they not figure out how to fix or fit wheel bolts to their electric cars? I mean, is this the reason why they're getting BYD to build the new electric Corolla? Maybe it is. I don't know. But frankly, this whole situation is baffling, confusing, and totally bizarre. Now, for many years, the media have said competition is coming. Toyota will simply flip the switch. Well, if this is what you call Toyota flipping the switch, then frankly, it's all a bit of a joke. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.